Welcome back to another video on my channel here at Moon Mystic Cottage. I'm Rachel. Thank you so much for being here. Grab yourself something to drink. I have hot chocolate and I will leave this recipe down below. It is very simple and oh so delicious. I am back, if you can't tell, with another yarn haul. I know there is this huge lack, well, and I feel this so much. There's this huge lack of videos on my channel of actual crochet. I'm trying to work on this, and I think this fall and winter is going to be a really good time for me to actually share some of these crocheted things that I'm working on, or the actual process of making these things. For right now, I'm sharing my yarn haul because you have to have the yarn to actually crochet something with the yarn. This is Premier Yarns, again, just like my last video. I'm not affiliated with them. This is not sponsored or anything like that. I just really enjoy their yarn. I like the quality overall, and there was several different kinds that I really wanted to try, and I had to spread the two purchases. If you watched my last video, I'll leave a link here somewhere maybe, but I had to spread the two purchases out over like a couple of months because I don't know, it would have been like $350, and I just couldn't do that all in one purchase. In that last yarn haul video, I talked about these yarns right here, which are their cotton sprout worsted weight yarn, and I had talked about making myself a decorative vine to just like decorate in my room or whatever, and I am going to do that, but I have made a little bit of a decision. I want to create a few different strands that would include mushrooms, and so I got two colors for that. This is just their red and their cream colored from that cotton sprout line, and so I got a couple of each of those. I think I want to turn it into a pattern and eventually have that pattern available probably in my shop. But for right now, I'm just going to be experimenting and figuring out how to do it. And then also, so one of the vines, I always get ahead of myself and I have to backtrack. If you watch some of my videos, you probably realize that. Anyways, one of the vines is going to be the mushrooms. Those colors, the green is going to be like a leafy or just a viney garland, and then the other colors, I think I'm going to just do possibly like a puff stitch, so that they kind of look like berries possibly. I don't know about the blue though. I'll have to see if maybe I want to do a small flower of some sort. And then I got these two because I want to make an acorn. And this actually is not as brown as I ideally wanted it to be. It's a little bit more gray actually. It's called Bark, and then this one is beige. So definitely wanted more of a brown, but this is what I happen to get. So that's what I'm going to use. And I have 4 of those total. Then I have 3 more colors of the cotton sprout. I got white, black, and their yellow. It's kind of it doesn't quite look like that. It's more of a pale yellow. I'm trying to like block some of that light. It's more of a pale yellow. I wanted to try and make some little bees, which would be kind of cute with the garland too, but I wanted to make some of those car hangers that you would hang on your rear view mirror, and just create my own pattern for that. I'm sure they're all very similar, some of those, but I don't want to make it as like a bee sitting on a swing. I'm gonna do something a little bit different, but that's what those colors are for. And yeah, so that's the cotton sprout. Next up, I have everything else in here is either things that I'm going to make for myself to have one, or I'm gonna make something to sell eventually. And these are going to be projects that I'm working on over the fall and the winter. I don't have enough time in my week, in my week to just sit and crochet. I work outside the home, and there's 2 kids involved as well. So I'm very busy. I wish I could sit and crochet. That's the goal. that is the goal with my small business, is to be able to just thrive off of my small business. But until that happens. So I did get, oh, and the label just came off of it. I got 4 balls of their Cotton Fair in the color cream. And this is a number 2 fine yarn. And then here is the other 3 right here. I have been wanting to create for myself, and I'm gonna have to either go off of a pattern or look at several patterns to see how something like this is made. I just want to make myself like a little lacy sort of, what do you, I mean, it's not a jacket, what do you even call that? Not a bolero jacket, but just like a little, like a cardigan, but very lacy and open. Something to just kind of add to an outfit. So that's the goal with this. I think this feels really nice overall. I mean, it's 52% cotton, 48% acrylic. It's certainly machine washable. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I know that's gonna take time, and that'll probably be something I do maybe late winter, but I have it now and I wanted to make sure that I have it. They're each 317 yards, so times 4. That's what I got there. Next up, I got a couple colors of their poppy yarn, and this one is called Kimchi, and I think this one was Ginger Root. Yes, this one is Ginger Root. These are a number 6, super bulky, and they're 80% acrylic, 20% wool. Now, when my fingers are dry, they do not love working with this yarn, but for the most part, this is a very soft yarn. And initially when I bought them, I just thought they're so pretty. I just thought these color combos were so pretty, and they have like 9 or 10 to pick from, and they're all so beautiful. And I might have actually ordered a few more. I shouldn't have spent the money, but I did. They were on sale too. So I got like 2 more kimchi, 2 more ginger root, and 4 of a different color. At the moment of me recording this video, I'm actually in the process of making a pumpkin out of this color. And that's kind of the idea, is to make some pumpkins out of this yarn, because this is kind of a little bit of a fall vibe. These colors in here, you've got maroon, you've got yellows, there's obviously the blue color. It's really, really pretty. Perhaps I'll change my mind and do something a little bit different. I don't know, but right now that's kind of the plan. And to go with the pumpkin, I did get a skein of their basics super bulky in mahogany to make a small stem. And I also got a skein of just their basics worsted weight in the color leaf to add a vine to the pumpkin. Now, whether I decide to do a stem with this, or if I want to buy, I don't know if I want to buy cinnamon sticks. You know, sometimes people use a cinnamon stick, but cinnamon sticks are expensive. If you didn't know, they're expensive. At least the last time I checked, which was probably a year ago, so they're probably more expensive. But that's the plan with these 2 colors here. The pattern suggestions were totally different. It's like a hat, a scarf, a sweater sort of thing. But if you know me at all, I change my mind and I like to change it up and do different things. So that's the goal with the poppy yarn. I'm gonna go with this one here. You're probably seeing these and you're like, what are those? I saw this, their Sweet Roll Bold. I saw a picture for this really big chunky scarf, and I got 3 of these. They're 109 yards each. Okay. I really like purples and blues, pinks, reds. I like jewel tones. I also like pastels and neutrals, but I do really like jewel tone sort of colors. I don't know, there's just something about the vibrancy of that I really like. And I saw this pattern for a scarf using this yarn, this particular colorway, which is called Blue Raspberry. And I'm just like, that is so cool. I love the idea of that. I want to try and create something like that. So as of right now, my hope is to create some type of a like big chunky scarf, or maybe I'll work on figuring out one of those like hooded sort of cowl scarves, something like that. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm just like, this is so pretty. I gotta try this. This is 100% acrylic, so something to keep in mind depending on what you like to work with or not work with. Overall, it feels pretty reasonable. It's a pretty soft, almost like brushed acrylic type of yarn. So yeah, that's looking very exciting. The last thing in my box here, 3 different colorways of this particular yarn, and it is so pretty. Okay, this is their spun colors, and it's a number 4, 65% acrylic, 35% fine superwash merino. This is the colorway Woodland, and I have 3 of each of these. I'm going to show you 3 skeins of each, and I saw this and I'm just like, those are so pretty. That is why I bought them, because they're pretty. They're soft. Oh my gosh. Yarn just makes you happy sometimes, doesn't it? I mean, that's one of the reasons why we do this, right? Because it makes you happy. But these are just so pretty. There were some really beautiful hats and scarves. I think even blankets too. Make what you want out of it. I mean, acrylic and merino wool. There's so much that you can do with this. It's so soft. The other one, another color combo that I got is called Mauve. And it's just these pretty purples and pinks. Oh, look at that. Is this yarn ASMR? No, maybe. So again, three skeins of that one, 3 of the other one. Then the last colorway, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I wanted every single colorway that they offer in this, but I couldn't do that. These are, I think, a little bit on the pricier end, but I don't think it was like horrible. Like they're like $10. 419 yards. It's a really, really nice yarn. So I don't think that's too bad. This one is called Rustic. And that's the funny thing is I really like jewel tones, but I also really like rustic vintage kind of vibes too. And so it's so pretty. They're just so pretty. So I can't wait to work with these. And again, I think this is just gonna be a fall, winter type of project. Something I do need to start working on really, really soon, and basically kind of put other ideas off to the side for a bit while I work with these, because if I do decide to make like winter caps or scarves with them, something like that, or a shawl would be really pretty. That would be really pretty. So maybe, maybe. But there's kind of what the strand looks like. It's a number 4 weight, so there's a lot of versatility there, I think. But I mean, just look at how pretty these colors are. I want every single combination, but I don't have the money for that. Anyways, that is what I got in this yarn haul, and I'm just excited to work on all of these. I know it's going to take me time, and that's okay. That's life. It's the way it goes. But I do hope to actually share the progress of some of these pieces with you on my channel, because I know I'm like this very limited amount of actual crochet videos on my channel. My small business is a little variety of things. I make wax melts and I do crochet. I've made scrunchies in the past and might actually still make a few scrunchies with some other types of fabric. And I do a little variety of things. I do too much and I shouldn't do to myself. I've said this before in other videos, but I really like envisioning my small business as a little bit of like a mini gift shop, in a sense, where I just like doing all these different things, and it creates this overall picture of what my small business is. Anyways, I think that's it for this yarn haul. I hope that you enjoyed this, and let me know if you've worked with some of these yarns, what your thoughts are on them, if you enjoyed them or not. Do you like Premier Yarns? Is that your thing? Is it not your thing? And what you're working on right now. And I hope to see you in the next video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Bye!